Today, the Prius is the #1 alternative energy vehicle. Toyota has multiple hybrids in its fleet, and now their latest IT car with decades of R&D creating our car of the future that's available today. The Mirai is truly an incredible car to drive. Really, so incredible. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you General Manager, Advanced Technology, Toyota Motor Sales USA, Mark Agelacos.
Wow, if Debbie ever decides that she needs a new gig and likes to work the weekends and long hours, I think I have a spot for you. So thank you for that great introduction, and thank you, Debbie. Good afternoon, everybody. Let's begin by putting our hands together to thank Debbie and her team at the Environmental Media Association for organizing this great event. So as Debbie said, my name is Mark Agelacos, General Manager of Advanced Technology Vehicles at Toyota Motor Sales. That's a mouthful, but there's a lot going on in our company. It's great to be here at Emma's inaugural Impact Summit and have a chance to continue our 17-year relationship with Emma. All right, I know some of you might be picking up your cell phones right now during this sponsor message, wanting to catch up on emails, bracing yourself for a Larry David-like car salesman spouting off the benefits of a car. But instead, I'm here today to talk to you about what we all have in common, what brings us together. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an investor, an actor, or an executive, we all share a passion for not only learning about how to improve the environment and create sustainable businesses, but also how to build platforms that allow us to do so. Ultimately, that means bringing change to our companies, our cities, our families, and our communities. By the way, is Larry David here? I haven't seen him, but maybe we can give him some tips on selling a car. As Debbie mentioned in her introduction, Toyota is very proud to have launched the Prius. Out of curiosity, does anyone here know what the word Prius means? Okay. I saw one or two hands going up. For those of you who may not know, Prius means to go before. Just keep that in mind for a little later. So why may we be so proud of Prius? Well, for several reasons. Prius was launched here in the US in 2000 when gasoline was barely $1 a gallon. Since launch, Prius has become synonymous with the term hybrid, and to date, over 10 million Toyota hybrids have been sold worldwide. In the process, Toyota estimates that the use of Toyota's hybrid vehicle has resulted in approximately 77 million fewer tons of CO2 emissions and has saved approximately 7.66 billion gallons of gasoline. So if you remember, I just mentioned that the word Prius means to go before. And one of the newest, most exciting additions to the Toyota family is the Toyota Mirai, which you may have seen parked outside, and it's also the sponsor of today and tomorrow's summit. Mirai means the future. So when you put Prius and Mirai together, suddenly Toyota's master plan starts to make sense, to go before the future. Even though we all know the Prius, it's interesting to note that we've been working on the Mirai for just as long. So what's so special about Mirai? Well, it just happens to be the first mass-produced hydrogen fuel cell vehicle available for lease or purchase. You heard me right. It uses hydrogen as its fuel source. Through a chemical reaction in its fuel cell, it produces electricity on board to power the car. In the process, Mirai ends up being a zero-emissions vehicle, and its only emission is water. Let's take a look.
hydrogen-fueled Toyota Mirai. Its only emission is water. Toyota, let's go places.
Thank you. So I have to tell you a quick story. I had a chance to meet the chief engineer, Mr. Tanaka, and he flew in from Japan. I'd only been in this position maybe a week or so, and was really honored to see him. And our ad agency, Saatchi & Saatchi, who produced this great ad for us, had a rough cut to show him. And we thought it would be neat to get his reaction, and just because the engineers, these products are their babies, right? We want to make sure he was okay with it. So he saw the rough cut of the spot, and afterwards he reflected, and he said, you know, it really tugs at my heart. And he said, I didn't build this car to hit ZEV mandates. I built it to make the world a better place. And I think that's the essence of what we try and do. So it's kind of a neat encounter, the little bit of a language barrier, but I walked away with a sincere understanding of what it is we're out to do. So we call the Mirai our vehicle of change. I'm sure you're all aware of Emma's Green Seal recognition program, which honors and awards those in the industry who promote sustainable production methods and have made significant effort to reduce their production's environmental impact. When you look at the huge list of recipients of this award, you'll appreciate how people in this amazing industry have taken the environmental mission to heart and have made significant changes to the way they go about their business, all to make a better tomorrow. At Toyota, we're similarly motivated, and in 2015, we launched the Global Environmental Challenge 2050. It's an ambitious set of 6 challenges that ultimately will create a net positive impact on the planet. The first 3 challenges focus on carbon and call for completely eliminating, not just reducing, greenhouse emissions from all vehicles, operations, as well as our supply chain. The 4th challenge addresses water availability and quality, and the 5th and 6th challenges seek to move closer to a recycling-based society and protect nature. In addition, change means altering the way we manage our businesses internally. It also means rethinking where we work and how we use energy. When building our new headquarters in Plano, Texas, we found new ways to bring us along the path to a low-carbon future. For example, our new 8.8 megawatt solar array covers 4 parking structures, each of which is larger than a football field. These solar arrays provide approximately 20% of our campus needs. Toyota purchased renewable energy to offset the carbon footprint for the balance of our electric use. And lastly, rainwater is harvested in cisterns in each of the 4 parking structures, which is used to irrigate the native and drought-tolerant landscaping. Change also means building platforms and infrastructure to enable others to participate in social change. So in talking about infrastructure, where can we find the fueling stations for the Mirai? Just a few miles from here, you can visit the nearest hydrogen fueling station on Beverly Boulevard, just across the street from CBS television studios. You can find 26 other hydrogen stations throughout the state, including Hollywood, Santa Monica, West LA, just off the 405, Pasadena, Burbank, and others. As you can imagine, building that infrastructure takes a lot of work and planning. This couldn't have been done without the cooperation of other like-minded partners, including the state of California. Change also means questioning the details in what you do. For example, how can we make our advertising more environmentally friendly? We're thrilled to announce here at the Emma Impact Summit the launch of the new Toyota Mirai's air cleaning billboard campaign. These eco-billboards use a titanium dioxide coating that purifies the air when sunlight and oxygen react with nitrous oxide pollutants on the coated vinyl. The debut of this eco-billboard technology represents the first time that this has been used for advertising purposes in the United States. I'm proud to say that this Toyota Mirai billboard campaign will reverse the pollution of 5,285 conventional cars every month. Visit the display just outside the montage today to learn more about our new Eco Billboard campaign for the Toyota Mirai. The stories don't stop here. I look forward to hearing all of your stories in the presentations that follow, exploring the crossroads of sustainability and innovation. In the mix of all these interesting case studies and conversations, you can hear 2 more stories about Toyota's journey into sustainability. Immediately following my presentation, you'll hear from my colleague, David Absher, on the panel discussion explaining about how Toyota recycled and repurposed hundreds of Camry hybrid battery packs to create a remote power source in the middle of Yellowstone Park. And then after lunch, one of the breakout sessions will feature 2 amazing entrepreneurs in the area of water purification and treatment. Sarah Evans from Well Aware and Tricia Compass Markman from Day One Response. Since 2012, Toyota's Mothers of Invention series has identified and recognized women who have actively contributed to their communities and the world through innovation, entrepreneurship, and invention. Both Sarah and Tricia were recognized as Mothers of Invention for making a difference. Toyota will have a surprise for Sarah and Tricia's organizations at the end of their session, so we hope you attend. Toyota and Emma have been building our relationship for over 17 years. We've seen incredible progress during that time, and we especially look forward to seeing what comes out of today's Emma Impact Summit. President John F. Kennedy said, "Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future." Toyota will always be committed to continuing its work in sustainability as well as innovation in hybrid, electric, and fuel cell technologies. In conclusion, I'd like to ask, how can you be a vehicle of change? Let's find out and listen to one another. Congratulations to all of the speakers and attendees today for sparking conversations that make change happen. And thank you to Debbie and everyone at Emma for building the platform that enables that change. Thank you.